Hi and welcome to Tank Brick Studio. In this video, I'll share how I modified both the frontage and interior of the LEGO Town Hall modular building. At first glance, you'll notice that the clock tower is now integrated into the third level instead of standing separately on the roof. I did this partly to reduce the height so it fits inside my cabinet, and also to improve its visual appeal. I expanded the building by 2 studs in depth, fully utilizing the previously empty space at the back. I also removed the elevator play feature. Here's an overall comparison. Apologies for the missing footage of the original build. I usually record a comparison, and I thought I did, but when editing, I couldn't find it. Still, I hope these images give a good sense of the differences. As always, when modifying modular buildings, I aim to stay true to the original design. I ensure that despite the changes, the build remains instantly recognizable. The most iconic features of the Town Hall set are its dark orange color and clock tower, so I carefully adjusted their proportions when bringing the tower down to the third level. You'll also notice that I repositioned the 1891 signage accordingly. Here's a rooftop view. Since I ran out of dark orange bricks, I used light bluish gray for the side walls. I also increased the third level's height by 1 brick above the windows to match the second level's proportions. Now let's look at the ground level. Like all my other modular buildings, I shifted it 2 studs back to create a wider pedestrian walkway in front. Moving on to the interior, the layout remains mostly the same, but with an extra 2 studs of depth. In this corner, I removed the old elevator and filled up the space. Instead, I added a modern elevator built into the wall, eliminating the need for an elevator shaft and saving space. This design is inspired by the Daily Bugle lift, though I'm still working on improving it. Next, in the gathering hall, I used the additional space to extend the black steps seating area, making the hall feel more spacious. The rest of the ground floor interior remains unchanged for now. Here's the second level, where the lift elevator stays in the same position on every floor. What's behind the lift doors is left to the imagination. For the flooring, I covered up the open hole above the hall, creating more space for an office area on this level. At this point, I haven't worked on the interior details yet, as I want to finalize the overall structure first. However, seeing this larger interior space, I immediately thought of integrating elements from the LEGO office set. Looking at the set, I can see how the open office area would fit nicely on the second level, while the Greenwood office could serve as the mayor's office on the top floor. There are also training rooms and plenty of decorative elements that could make the town hall's interior more interesting. On the third floor, the clock tower is now built into the structure, replacing the original windows. I had to construct the clock face as a single piece, resulting in a slight height difference. At the back, I used white panels and bricks to complete the interior wall since dark orange bricks are quite rare in my inventory. Once again, the lift is positioned in the same corner as on the lower levels. The meeting tables and chairs follow the original town hall instructions, but I plan to upgrade them while keeping the same color scheme. I also added some beams in the middle to support the structure and to partition the meeting space. I'm considering turning this corner into the mayor's office and adding a reception lounge or lobby in this area. That's all for the third floor for now. Here's the roof. This is how I blocked out the clock tower, forming a square structure on the third level. This serves as the base for the top bell roof, which will sit here later. At the back, the skylight window from the original build remains untouched, as its position is perfectly aligned with the meeting room. If you look inside, the meeting table is placed right in the center. Here's the final roof block with the bell. It sits on jumpers, connecting the roof to the clock front. Now let's put everything together to complete the building. This is the modified town hall so far. Honestly, if you look at it on its own, you might not even notice the changes, which is exactly the goal. Just like with my other modular modifications, my aim is to make sure it still looks like an authentic Lego set. Here, I decided to pair the town hall with the Sanctum Sanctorum. Both have been modified, and both are shifted to studs backward to match each other's depth. They look great together, and will be displayed side by side on my Lego street. As always, my modifications are ongoing. Aside from finalizing the interior, I'm also considering a few exterior upgrades. For starters, I want to replace the 2 flower pots at the entrance. The current ones are just basic cubes with old flower pieces, so I swapped them with trees from the modular police station to get a sense of how they look. Instantly, the set looks more modern. For the top bell tower, the structure feels thick and blocky, making the bell hard to see. I'm considering replacing it with a bell from the fire brigade set, which looks much better and more detailed. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe and come back for more Lego builds and modifications. See you next time.